What is up, everybody? Game wrapped up about 10 minutes ago now. Seahawks win 30-24. They were up 30-10 with like 8 minutes left to go in the game, and then came within one play of potentially blowing it. So, I mean, however much happiness you can muster about this result, go ahead and muster it. But yeah, not great at all. But we pretty much did what I wanted us to do today, which is fight this game out with a whole bunch of guys sitting on the bench and basically just make sure you get the W and then regroup for next week. But that being said, some of the stuff that happened out there, especially late in this game, was completely inexcusable, and I was pretty heated about it, so I'm not going to pretend like everything's great. So, some good stuff in this game from a few guys, some deserved shout outs. Chris Carson, fantastic game today, 5.5 yards a carry, put the game away at the end with some first downs, 140 yards of offense almost, 2 touchdowns. Absolutely the best player on the field today. And I mean, we need the guy more than ever right now, right? Because Procise ain't it. Penny's not coming back until next year. We clearly don't have a ton of trust in Homer being able to carry the ball, although it might be time to just suck it up and trust him however much you can. But Carson was great. And as somebody who is not a big fan of Chris Carson, I got to say he did a fantastic job today. Could not have won this game without him. I give shout outs to Tyler Lockett. He's back, boys, and that is the most important development possible for this team possibly making a run at things in the playoffs. We're not going anywhere without Tyler Lockett, and I needed him to be back, and today he was back in a big way. I know he's playing a bad secondary, but it doesn't matter. He was playing bad secondaries against the Vikings and Eagles and did basically nothing. So 8 catches, a buck 20, and a touchdown. He had a deep ball. He caught a 44-yard pass, so the big play is back. We had a big play to Josh Gordon. So the big play was put back in this offense for at least 1 week. And I just needed to see that. It doesn't really matter who the opponent is, right? I just needed to see that we have the ability to throw deep balls and actually eat up big chunks of the field on one play. I gave a shout out to DK Metcalf and Malik Turner and Jacob Hollister. Low usage today. Those three guys combined for 11 targets. And of the 9 of those targets that were catchable, or excuse me, 8 targets that were catchable, all of them were caught. DK caught both of the passes thrown his way that were catchable, and including the touchdown early in this game that ended up being big. Malik Turner, low usage, but he was effective and efficient. And Jacob Hollister, we went to him a couple times early in this game, and what else can you ask for from a guy who only gets targeted 3 times in the passing game? So those guys are solid. I go to war with those guys. Defensively, I got to give a big shout out to Poona Ford, who had a great game today in the run and deflecting a pass that turned into an interception. I got to give it up to Bobby and KJ, who had great games today. Bobby is not the surefire 100% tackle machine that he was last year, and we saw a little bit of that today. So getting that interception, which was a great play, by the way, by him, that took points off the board for Carolina at the end of the first half, was big. KJ came down with a couple picks. That was big. KJ had a couple other nice plays in this game as well. I don't know what's going to happen with KJ Wright this offseason, but in my opinion, his instincts, his length, and what he gives us is enough to justify one more year for KJ in Seahawk blue and green. So those guys, I got to give it up to them. They were the Warriors out there today. And we needed those Warriors because God fucking damn it, did this game get way too close at the end. And look, we got a good game from Russell Wilson. I'm not going to pretend like he played bad, but we got him holding onto the ball too long on a couple of plays. We got him missing an opportunity to put up a touchdown on a throw to Lockett that he just overthrew. A couple plays later, I think he missed the opportunity to throw a jump ball to Metcalf in the end zone on third down when he ended up just throwing the ball away anyway. I don't know why we can't get up to the line of scrimmage on time, but we are pushing the play clock to zeros every freaking time. And that's got to be on Wilson. So, yeah, the numbers are pretty. Yeah, he played good. The deep ball to Lockett was beautiful. The 3rd and 11 conversion to Lockett was beautiful. The deep ball to Gordon was incredible. I loved that. I loved seeing that. DK, the touchdown to DK was awesome. And I'm not saying he played bad, but my God, there are some things to clean up out there, aren't there? There's just a couple things we got to clean up in Wilson's game. And I thought he was playing almost perfect through the first maybe 10 games of the season, but he's fallen back into a couple of bad old habits over the past couple weeks. And today, I know we got back on track if you want to look purely at the numbers. I'm a little concerned that maybe the confidence in his offensive line is not there. And maybe it's affecting the way he's playing. And we had the opportunity to put this game away and make it a knockdown, shut it down, forget about it, blowout. And I think Wilson missed the opportunity to make a couple plays at the end of the first half, at the start of the second half, when we were trying to run the clock out in the fourth quarter, and it was pulling teeth a little bit. So I'm still a little frustrated with the way he's playing. Other little things on offense. I mean, Josh Gordon, my God. I like the play call. I really do. I like the trick play. I like the wide receiver pass. I like Gordon going back like that. But you got to throw that ball into the stands when DK's double covered like that, man. I'm sorry. That was unfortunate, and that was an opportunity for us to maybe put this game away. I know we got a touchdown a few plays later because of the turnover, or maybe we only kicked a field goal. I can't even remember. But yeah, that was bad. Procise, my God. I was hoping that the fact that he's barely played this season would allow him to be fresh at the end of the season because we need a backup running back right now, and I get nothing from him basically, and he fumbles where and he fumbles because he slips and falls over, and thank God that ended up being down by contact. No fault of his. I mean, he getting touched on that play did nothing to make him fumble. So thank God for that. Um, I got to give I got some beef with Affetti. I thought Affetti sucked in this game. And remember, he's been playing for a contract, and he's been playing pretty well lately, but Affetti sucked out loud. I got to give a little bit of hate toward DJ Fluker. He made a couple bad plays, especially late in this game. Even Dwayne Brown. We had a first down to basically put this game away on the last drive, and he committed a stupid-ass holding penalty that he did not need to commit. And it almost cost us this game because I'm telling you right now, we would have blown that game if Carolina gets the ball back with 2 minutes left. We would have. Do not question it. Because, and in the interest of being fair, I'm going to say I'm not going to put a lot of this on the defense because they're missing everybody. But especially late in this game, this defense just fell off a cliff. And thank God we had Bobby. Thank God we had KJ. Thank God we had Puna. You know, you can throw Jerron Reed and Shaquille Griffin in there as well because they had some good plays in pass rush. Reed forced an interception. Just a couple of good guys because, number one, I mean, this was true throughout most of the game. We can't defend the edges at all. Teams keep running those wide receiver handoffs to the outside against us, and we got nothing for it. So the blueprint is out. So keep an eye on that as the season goes on, these last two games, because teams are going to spam that against us until we prove we can beat it. And I don't know why you can't stop it against this Carolina team that poses basically no threat to go deep. Kyle Allen is not going to rear back and throw it 40 yards down the field. Kyle Allen is not going to beat you over the top. If he does once or twice, then good for him. But I don't know why we're giving up stuff underneath all game long when we have evidence that Kyle Allen is just not the kind of guy who's going to be chucking it down the field. But we got a lot of that short underneath stuff. We got a lot of wide receiver, option offense type shit, and it was pretty effective because we did a pretty good job against Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, given who Christian McCaffrey is, given the way he plays, given the kind of player that he is. I cannot complain about the way we played him today. He got some big plays. He got in the end zone a couple times. I know we didn't shut him down. I'm not stupid about this, but I think we played him fine. But as this game went on, we lost a couple guys. We had a couple guys leave to injury. Bobby Wagner sounds like he's going to be okay, which, thank God, that was the most terrifying 2 minutes of the season. But it sounds like Bobby's okay. We lost Quandre Diggs. Sounds like he'll be okay, but we don't know yet. I'm really, really hoping for that. We lost Lano Hill, actually, I think. So we were down to our third string free safety, and KJ Wright went out for a little bit. It was bad. It's bad, guys. We're already missing 5 starters. By the end of this game, we were missing 7 starters and the backup free safety. So I get it, okay? Like, that last touchdown drive for Carolina, Swiss cheese, but I'm not that mad about it. But then again, I'm looking out there and I see guys like Trey Flowers getting beat and Bradley McDougald getting beat. And I'm thinking, these guys are the starters, right? These guys should be fine. So why are they messing up too? And it just brings me back to the Ken Norton shit. And I'm not going to sit here and act like we need to fire Ken Norton right now after he plays a decent game with half of his starters out. But my God, man, you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me with some of this shit. But there's no point in getting too mad about the way the defense played at the end of this game. Most defenses would play bad if they're missing 7 starters. We got no pass rush today, but we don't have Clowney, we don't have Anza, we don't even have Kendricks out there. And as much as I don't like Kendricks, it's got to be said, Cody Barton ain't it either. Cody Barton, I know he had 10 tackles today. I know some of the numbers look okay, but Cody Barton, he ain't it either. So we do need Kendricks a little bit after all. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm happy we won. I'm happy we were able to let so many guys sit out this game. Definitely still irritated with the coaching staff, especially Pete Carroll. We had the opportunity to go for it on a 4th and 1 in the red zone, and we're kicking a field goal after we waste a timeout, pretending like we're going to go for it. Just go for it. Do you know how hard it is to not get a yard on a running play against this Carolina defense? This Carolina defense can't stop the run for piss. Just run the ball up the middle with Carson, call it a day. You know how hard it is to not get a yard? And, we could have used that extra touchdown at the end of this game when we're trying to hold off the Carolina comeback. We could have been in a much more comfortable spot. It would have been way more chill if we could have just, I'm so sick of having this head coach who's a coward, man. That's the only way I can put it. I know we went for a 4th and inches later in the game. A little easier to go for it in that spot. I'm not going to give him a ton of credit for that, but I'm just so sick of having a head coach. He used to be brave. He used to go for it on 4th down. He used to have courage. Now it's just every time he can take the path of least resistance, he does, and it's driving me nuts. And against a better team, it will cost us the game. We were lucky today. We were playing Kyle Allen. We were lucky today. We got to play against Kyle freaking Allen, who gave us the ball 3 times with some terrible throws. All right. We got the win. A lot of players got to sit out, so I got what I wanted, but I would like to see a few things done a little differently. I mean, on a day like today when half your defense is out, you really need your offense to kick it into gear. So I do not need possessions starting inside your 10-yard line with 2 minutes left in the half, and then you start the possession with a handoff up the gut to CJ Prosise. I can't have that shit. I need that possession to start with a passing play down the field so we can actually start trying to move down the field. Instead, we punt the ball after a 3 and out, and we're lucky that Carolina does not score off of that opportunity. So I'm going to go watch these late games. I'm going to stream for a bit too. So if you guys want to come stream with me, you guys come and do that. But we're going to sweat these late games. We got some stuff to watch for. We got some stuff we care about. So after you watch this video, come stream with me. We're going to have some fun. We're going to hope for some good stuff to happen in these late games. And I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Just have to hope that some of these guys come back for the next 2 weeks, especially week 17. But if we come with that same defensive effort against Arizona, they're going to hurt us. They are going to hurt us. So be prepared for that. All right, peace.